I'm going to My name is Ben Kane. I'd like to welcome everyone this evening to New You Life and our team call. And I'm going to introduce our host for this evening, my sponsor, a gentleman I'm tremendously excited about having the opportunity to work with. We've known each other for a long, long time, but never been on the same team before. And I'm excited to have that opportunity, Mr. Ken Burgess. And Ken's been the owner of a company. He's been master distributor. He's worked for corporate. He's got over 40 years in the direct sales industry and knows about as much about this industry and this product and this opportunity as anybody. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Ken Burgess.
Hey, thank you, Ben. It's good to be on the call with you. And for those who are listening in tonight, we've got a real treat for you. We've got Dr. Dave Carpenter. I almost said David, but Dr. Dave Carpenter will introduce in a moment. We've got a couple guests who will share with you their stories. And I want to do just a brief introduction of New You Life and Sotoderm and this fabulous product that is absolutely changing lives. You know, in the real world of what we call HGH, which is synthetic HGH, a lot of people don't know, but it is a huge product in the industry, in worldwide sales. They expect it's well over 170 billion now. That's B with a billion. It's expected by 2020 to be over 204 billion. That's amazing. And half of those sales are done in the U.S. Now, we know that's the injections, but sales only grow like this because of incredible results that happen. And we want to introduce tonight something that is getting similar results that doesn't cost you $1,000 to $3,500 a month to be on. You don't have to give yourself injections. And you can take it on a daily basis, and more important than anything else, you can build a business out of it. Now, when something has that kind of demand, as HGH products do, and we've just told you what kind of dollar volume they do, when you bring the dollar volume to a viable amount of $150 to $170, when you bring it to that level, how many more people can get it? You know, I estimate that in the next few years, over 1 million people, maybe even in the first year, over 1 million people will get on a product like this as they start seeing the results and as they convert from having spent more money on the synthetics. And also those who are once on it, which we'll share with you tonight, who couldn't afford to maintain it or decided not to spend that money and are looking at ours. So I see a business that has the potential to jump to incredible volumes in sales for you and your team, and for your own personal use in just a short period of time, and we'll get into that later. Well, you know what? Recently I read a book written by Dr. Klatz, and I know a lot of people quote when they quote about HGH and the things it can do, but one of the most important things I got out of it, that HGH, when taken, is the most effective ingredient known to reduce aging 10 to 20 years. Wow, when you think about that, that also increases aging 10 to 20 years, because what it does is it youthens both the heart, all the organs, the tissue, the skin, everything. We've had people talk about their hair going from gray to their natural color again, their skin tightening up. There's all sorts of stories. And of course, the exciting thing about New You Life is even though we're a new company and only been out since for the last 4 months, and by the way, in those 4 months, we've broken all kinds of sales records and gone to over $4 million in sales as of last month. That's pretty exciting in just the first 4 months. Also, we've broken a number of ambassadors who are getting car bonuses. I think there are 11 ambassadors in all, $1,500 car bonuses. It's also a number of $700 car bonuses. We'll get into that later, but what we're seeing is an intensive demand for this product and an increased demand to be a distributor, to be a part of the network, to build your own business using this incredible HGH product. So with that in mind, the potential of this company and some of the hurdles that we're giving over, a lot of people keep asking us, Ken, tell us more about the product so we can understand it. And I'm excited to have on the call with me tonight Dr. Dave Carpenter. And Dr. Dave Carpenter is not only an MD physician, he's also a naturopathic physician, and he's chosen to practice in the naturopathic field. He's from Idaho Falls. He sat on a number of boards. He's sat a number of industry boards within his own industry. He's sat on a number of boards in the network marketing industry dealing with health products. And I found Dr. Dave to be one of the most knowledgeable people when it comes to explaining just what it is that this gel can do. So with that, Dr. Dave, welcome to the call tonight.
Thank you very much, Ken. I was worried about how you were going to finish that sentence.
Well, me too. But you know, there's some questions from our previous calls that have come in that people have said, would you address these? So I'd like to ask you just a few questions that people have written into us and see if you wouldn't address them. And then let's start right off. And the first question, because we talked a little bit about it, is how does the gel compete or compare with the injection?
Well, the first thing you need to understand is the injections are of somatropin, and somatropin is a exact replica of the HGH, the human growth hormone molecule that your body makes. It's made in a laboratory, but it's still 191 amino acids, and it's created so it looks identical. Your body can't tell them apart. But the secret to the difference is really this. The injections you take and stick yourself in the abdominal area twice a day, morning and night, and that starts to elevate the growth hormone levels in your bloodstream. Now, growth hormone has a short half-life. It's only the half-life of it, meaning half of it's used up within the first 2 to 3 hours. So it has a short half-life. That's why you do it twice a day. So what happens is the gel itself is somatropin. It's the same exact thing, only to create a homeopathic with it, we dilute it down 30 times. Then it's put into a gel form so that we can apply it transdermally, which means on the skin. And you apply it to the thin skin areas where the blood vessels are closest to the surface. It absorbs into the bloodstream. And again, your ideal way of doing it is twice a day. So it's really, what it's doing, unlike the injections, is it's literally giving your body a microdose of growth hormone and reminding it that it would be better off making more. And so the pituitary gland starts to kick in and starts to make more growth hormone. And so you're making the majority of the benefits yourself with your own growth hormone. But it's a wonderful thing that's happening. And so that's how they compare in a nutshell, Ken. I hope that makes sense.
No, it's great. And I know what's great to have you on tonight, Dr. Davis, because as a naturopath, you've probably either encouraged a number of people to start on homeopathic remedies. And of course, this being one, you actually have been on it yourself, and you've had other people on it, and you've also had a chance to speak with a number of doctors who have watched people on it and looked at their blood work over the last 10 years. And so some people are asking, just how long will it take to feel something like somatropin when I start using it?
Well, you know, that's a tricky one to answer, Ken, simply because everybody's body makeup is so different. But let me say it this way. If you're extremely low in growth hormone, or if you're very active, like if you're a person who works out every day, you're probably going to notice it quicker than for maybe everybody else. Some people are going to notice a benefit as quick as one day. Other people may have to take it 2 or 3 months before they start to see some of the benefits. But most people within the first 30 days notice some of the benefits that will continue to accumulate and become more and more and more over time. Some of those benefits, real quick, just to give you an idea, is as the hormones balance out, melatonin and serotonin are also hormones that control the sleep cycle. And so what happens is the HGH levels goes up, human growth hormone being the master hormone, controls all the others. That means you start to sleep better. And most people know that kids sleep really good. Adults, the older we get, the harder it is to have a good night's sleep. So what we want to do is we want to sleep well. We want to have We want to have those hormones in balance. And one of the first signs of sleeping well is, of increase of growth hormone is that we're sleeping well. The other thing that happens that almost everybody notices is a change in the quality of their dreams. They start noticing more vivid, bright, colorful dreams. And the reason that happens, quite frankly, is because we're spending more time in REM sleep, REM, which is the fourth phase of sleep, basically. And that's when we know we're getting a lot more quality sleep. Then you start noticing things like an increase in muscle density and muscle strength and endurance, mental clarity, and then there's a lot of other things that start to happen on down the road as you continue to stay on growth hormone. And let me just say this one thing real clearly. Every expert on human growth hormone, no matter what type it is, whether it's the antecedent, whether it's the injection, whether it's the gel, they'll all tell you the same thing. You've got to give it 6 months to fully experience all the benefits of it. So there isn't a real quick, take this and you'll have all your problems go away. It's something that you do, that you plan on doing as part of your lifestyle. I plan on doing it for the rest of my life, as long as I live, because I know what it can do to improve the quality of my life.
Great, Dr. Dave, and thank you. I think what you're also saying is that you'll start noticing a few things, but the others start stacking up down the road where after a while you can get a lot of these advantages that Dr. Klatt speaks about on his message of just what growth hormone can do for the body. One question that came in is, why is the gel just available now in direct sales model? And let me add to that. Are we exclusive? Let's put those both together.
Let me answer the last one first. We are mostly exclusive. There are a few stores that have been selling it for the last 12 years, and they have a limited supply available for them because they have been supporting the creator of the product. But the creator of the product saw the potential here to help a lot of people and realized the best way for people to get an educated understanding of what the gel can do is really through the direct sales model. And that's why we're on this call tonight. That's why we're educating people about the benefits of increasing growth hormone. So the reason that it's available now through a direct sales company is simply because the owner recognized he could get to a lot more people, he could help a lot more people and bless their lives. And trust me, this blesses lives. And the stories that I've been hearing in the last couple of months are mind-boggling. And the longer people are on it, the more amazing things are happening to them. I've talked to people that have been on it for a dozen years. You wouldn't believe some of the things they're telling me. And I've talked to doctors who have been monitoring people that have been on it. Bottom line, it's an incredible product. It works. It's safe. And we almost have the exclusive to it, and we will have the exclusive to it when we get to a certain size in production. So couldn't be more excited to be here working with you and Dan and Sandy and everybody, Ken. So thanks for that. Any other questions you want me to answer?
No, that was it. And thanks so much for being on with us tonight. You've been extremely informative to us on the call. And, one other question I probably should ask, and maybe you can explain it really quickly, about this somatropin and New You Life and their relationship with the FDA. Could you do that?
Absolutely. Because somatropin is actually only sold by prescription, you have to have a doctor's prescription to buy the injections or the sublingual form of it. Because of that, what's happened is when Alex Goldstein, the formulator of the Somaderm, put it together, he had to work closely with the FDA. And in the beginning, they monitored every single bottle, of course, is monitored, but they were monitoring how many bottles he was producing and selling. They then he went on, I should say, with the FDA and got a national drug code number, which all prescription medications have to have. This is not a prescription medication, but he got it anyway, because it allows the FDA to track any problems that might occur. And what's interesting to me is there hasn't been one problem that the FDA has tracked so far in 13 years of tracking this product. So he made this product available, and the FDA is not only very aware of it, they're monitoring it, they're working hand in glove with him to make sure that it is safe, it's easy to use, and it's consistently 100% all of the time, 1/30th of a prescription dosage of the somatropin that's found in the Somaderm gel.
Great, and thank you. Thank you so much for being on. You know, one of the exciting things with all this history and research that Alex has, and of course the FDA and those kind of things, one of the things that impressed me most was when I asked him, how are your reorders? And he said, since the day he began until today, both in the world of traditional retail marketing through health professionals, those kind of things, he's maintained a 90% reorder. And since the network marketing started, he's also maintained a 90% reorder. Boy, if you're going to build a residual business, or if you want to know if something's any good, just check and see if people are reordering it. If they are, something's happening in a benefit. Because people won't do it if it's not. It's just, that's the way we're built. So with that, let's go over to the other side of the house where I'm at, and let's hear from Sandy Burgess, who is, has a lot to say a lot of the time. Sandy, I'm only joking there, but we've been extremely excited about what it is that we have found with HGH, and we've been in the HGH business for a while.
Well, the past 2.5 years, the education I got on the importance of HGH and the importance of the fact that it is the master hormone, and I've learned that from Dr. Dave. I've seen all of those things that are associated with human growth hormone. You know, your reduced body fat. I went down 2 sizes within about 6 months. Deep sleep. I've never slept in my life since college until I got on the HGH. All of a sudden, deep sleep and dreaming vividly, bright, colorful, as he mentioned, and the mood and the energy, waking up refreshed. And of course, I don't know about the stronger bones, but hey, I'm 67. I feel better, muscle, all that good stuff. But what I noticed was Dr. David said to me, take a picture and look at the before and after in the last couple of years that I have increased the HGH. And it's night and day. I look 15 to 20 years younger, and it's totally with the HGH. I mean, when you're 67, you want to live younger. You want to look younger. You want to feel younger. And all those things are incredible. I'm a type 2 diabetic, and I have a tough time healing, and I love to cook. And for those of you who cook out there, you know, you use a mandolin, you use sharp knives, and you're going to cut yourself. It's just what I've done. And before the HGH, I would take months to heal. And with the HGH, I heal quickly. My ankles stop swelling. There's so many things that have happened when you raise those HGH, and I've experienced that. So what I love about the gel, being homeopathic, and, you know, is the fact that it's transdermal and it's easy. You could just rub it on and enjoy the benefits, and it absorbs, and it's just quick and convenient to use, and it's affordable. So I just love it.
Thanks, Sandy. Great information. And now to a gentleman who was introducing a lot of those who called on, a good friend of mine and someone that had been away from this industry for a long time, but is one of the best I've ever seen at it. Let me take you to, and I don't know if he's in Scottsdale, Las Vegas, or Southern California, but my good friend Ben Kane. Ben, are you there?
I'm right here, Ken, and right now we're in Las Vegas. And I'm excited about being able to work with you and Sandy and Dr. Dave and the product HGH. You know, I was on a road trip with my family. We were driving along, and it's probably doing about 85 miles an hour in the middle of Texas when you gave me a call. And I asked you, well, what is it that you want to share with me? And as soon as you said HGH, I said, is it pills or shots? You said, no, a gel. I said, a gel. I'm in. And we text you the credit card and all the information while I was driving, and signed up right there on the spot. And the reason is, I used to take the injections, and you know, my income was way higher, and I was able to afford it. And it was $800 for the doctor's visit, $500 it was for the blood test, and I was spending $2,500 plus a month. And I did that for about 6 months, and you know, I can't tell you the results that it gave me in my body, how it changed. But my position in the business that I was in changed. I moved from California to Nevada, and I wasn't in a position to be spending that along with everything else that I had in overhead at the time. So unfortunately, I let it go. Over the next 6 months, it really started to show, and I really realized how much of an impact it had had on me. I mean, I had gone into the gym at 65, and I hadn't been there in 5 years, and 135 pounds on a bench press was hard. Within 2 months with that product, I was doing 2 1/4 sets of 10 on the bench again. And here it is, you know, like I'm saying to my wife, Sunny, all the time, if we could have a product that we could market, if there could be any one thing, it would be HGH would be what I'd want to sell. And if I said that to her once, I said it 10 times, and then you gave that call. So that's why it was so appropriate for us to sign up right on the spot. So I've been sharing it with some friends and some people that I really care about. And I give some people, you know, a thought, because I've been out of the industry really for basically 10 years since I've actively worked in network marketing. And first of all, it was a big mistake that I ever left, but now I'm entering in with something that I'm really, really excited about. And in doing so, one of the things I recommend to everybody is you want to go slow to go fast. Don't just send out a bunch of emails and text messages to everybody that you know. Call them first. Call them first and talk to them and share with them what it is that you're going to be sending them. And at the same time, I've been getting people calling me, trying to pitch me different deals. And as they do, you know, I listen a little bit. And I told you this story about this one guy. He kept trying to tell me what it was that they were doing. What was your offering? I said, what's your actual offering? What's the real offering for me? What's your value proposition as a customer? And then he went into a long dissertation again. And then about a minute into it, I cut him off and I said, what's the value proposition? What's your elevator pitch to get my attention right away? And he tried again, and he had some website selling all this different stuff, blah, blah, blah. And I said to him, you got to be able to get my attention in 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And he says, okay, well, what's your elevator pitch then? I said, funny you should ask. And I said to him, if you knew there was a product out there that's had over 30,000 clinical studies on it over the last 20 plus years that could actually add 10 to 20 years to your life, would you want to know about it? And I was quiet. And he said, well, of course. I said, it's HGH. What do you know about it? And he said, well, I really don't know that much about it, but you take shots, right? Is it the needle, and is that legal for everybody? I said, well, it's legal 100%, but that form is going to cost you $2,500 a month like it costs me. But for $150 a month, you can get a gel that over time, not as quick, but over time will give you the same results. I'm going to send you a video. You can look at the video. And after you look at the video, let's talk. Now, here's what I would tell everybody that's listening in and everybody that I'm working with. You do the same thing. Don't just send that information out. You call people and give them the respect that they're due of the time and get them on the phone and have that conversation briefly with them. And as you have that elevator pitch briefly, you want to get them then to watch the video and then put them on a three-way call. Put them on a three-way call with the person that's the expert, your upline expert or your workout partner that can be able to help you to share further information with them. Because everybody's going to want to do this when they understand what it really is. And for the few people that hesitate a little bit, I knew it was because they wanted me to join them in their deal. And I totally, completely understand that. And here's my position. Even if you do not participate in the company, even if you do not become a marketer at New You Life, you need to do this as a customer. You need to be a customer. Now, as Ken said earlier, we broke the bank here. They were growing so fast they couldn't believe it, and that FDA lab could not keep up. They just could not keep up with the demand that was happening for this product. And so what happened is they had to stop. And what they decided to do was, rather than to disappoint a bunch of people and not be able to meet expectations, they put a pause. They put a hold on selling new people the product, and the people that already had ordered would be given their product first, get all caught up, and then they're going to press the button and move forward. And at the same time, well, there are people that have been buying 100 bottles at a time because they're doctors or they have homeopathic distribution centers, is that they only want now to get as many distributors on board as they can with 1 bottle or 4 or 8 can we get started with just that one bottle? Because we're going to want to get lots and lots and lots of customers into New You Life. Now, with that said, is that right now, not this minute, but tomorrow morning, for $59.95, you can go in and sign up and become a distributor. You could become a marketer. But you can't buy the product yet because they have to get it caught up in inventory so that they can send it out in a timely manner. But you'll be first in line. You'll be first in line to be able to get that product. And here's what I believe, absolutely, from the bottom of my heart, I'm telling you this, I believe this in my gut, I believe it in my soul. I know what this product does. I know what this product did for me, and I know from all the people that I talked to that have been taking the product, knowing what Dr. Dave shared with us about the increase from the blood tests from doctors that have been having this, used for their patients over a number of years, there is no question that this is going to be the hottest product that people are going to want, whether they're a distributor or not, irrelevant. They're going to want this because who do you know that doesn't want to live 10 to 20 years longer? Who do you know that doesn't want to live, as Sandy says, live younger now and be able to extend your life and the quality of your life? It's a gift that you're bringing to people. Whether they become a distributor or not is irrelevant. You want them to be able to at least have the product and change their life, give them a higher quality of life and last and live longer. Now, with that said, I'm telling everybody, tomorrow you want to go and get yourself signed up for $59.95 as a distributor, even if you're not going to market it. Why? Because you're going to be first in line to get the product. And what's going to happen is a whole bunch of people are going to get a whole bunch of product. And then a lot of people that were holding back are all of a sudden going to go absolutely crazy to try to tell everybody they know about this company and about this product. What you don't want to do is you don't want to be the guy getting all the calls. You want to be the guy or the gal making all the calls. And so with that, I'm going to tell you tomorrow, don't hesitate. Go to the website of the person who brought you onto this call and has been sharing the information with you and get yourself signed up and get your order placed so that when the orders can go through, and they won't charge you till then, when the orders can go through, that you're going to be sitting in the catbird seat, smiling and dialing, telling everybody that you know about what it is that you found, the Fountain of Youth. Back to you, Ken. Close it out.
Hey, thanks, Ben. And for those who are listening, you can appreciate why I have so much respect for Ben and his wife, Sunny. They are absolutely professionals in this business, and Ben's had a very, very excellent career in a number of arenas where he's always succeeded. And I'm so thrilled to have him on the team. And you, Sandy, too. We're of course, a team together, and Dr. Dave, thank you. So for all those listening tonight, follow Ben's instructions. Let's get you involved. Let's get you in line and set up. Take that spot and be ready to go, whether you want to be a distributor or whether you want to be a customer, as soon as that product's available. And by the way, I understand multiple machines, which cost you as much as $1 million each, have been added to the line, products being added to the line. They are going to meet all the demand we throw at them. So let's push this company to a $100 million company, which it can be in a very short period of time, with you having a part of that as your residual income. Thanks for being on, everyone. Have a great evening. I'm going to unmute now where people can say goodbye.